Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JayLeesCorner. Happy Monday morning. This is my review for the Housewives of Atlanta, Season 17, Episode 2, Rumors and Raised Eyebrows. Because Porsha being messy, Porsha being messy, Kellie being overwhelmed, Phaedra is being Phaedra, not doing much, nothing at all. Drew and Shamia child back and forth. Does K Michelle even live in Atlanta? I'm just wondering, okay? And I'm happy I'm happy Angela and Phaedra had a little chit chat, okay? But y'all know first things first, like this video, okay? Subscribe to my channel, share the video too, comment in the comment section, hype the video up and all those things, okay? Do not forget to watch the other live on my channel. Good conversations had all the time, okay? There's always a video on JayLeesCorner, okay? But let's get into, it is currently 12:05 a.m. Let's get into the Housewives of Atlanta and their shenanigans, okay? Now, I feel like everybody don't want to admit the fact that Porsha is a flawed individual acting like I didn't do nothing. I'm not a whore. I didn't bang anybody's husband. Why is everyone coming at me? I'm a lesbian now. It wasn't me. It was Roman. I don't know why she's playing this innocent game. Is weird to me. But I digress. Okay, the episode starts off. We see Shamia and Pinky Cole at a cold bath. Okay, and I'm like, Shamia, why did you start singing, oh, say, can you see, so loudly? Now, a cold bath is a big tub of water, freezing cold, and I get it's a shock to the system, but why start singing that song? And this, why so loud? I was so confused. Okay, we then see Drew inviting Angela to the movie premiere of that movie Run. She had her and Claudia Jordan in them. Okay, we see that. We then see Phaedra being driven around by her son Aiden. Aiden is now old enough to drive, which is cool. Okay, but when Phaedra said, yeah, you drive me around, I don't like driving. And they said, oh, is he your designated driver? No, that's his daddy. He been driving since he was, I was like, no, I said, Apollo alcohol? He been driving drunk? But when she said Aiden been driving since he was, I said 12. Is that legal? I don't think that's legal. Okay, but anyway, Phaedra girl. We then pick up. Y'all like my thumbnail? I do. I think it's real cute. I think it look real nice. Okay, the little whites. Okay, we have Phaedra. We have Porsha, her little burgundy. We have Angela, her little red. That was the best I could do to make the color scheme match. Okay, I try to do what I can do. Okay, anyway. So the episode, we get a conversation, which I thought was weird. I'm like, why is K Michelle there? I'm like, is y'all just plopping K Michelle in the middle of things for no reason? Because Kellie and Porsha really should have just met with them too. Now, K Michelle kept mentioning, I gotta go to Nashville for this country thing to honor this lady who's black and in country. Cool. But I'm like, what is K Michelle doing in Georgia? What is she doing in Atlanta? Okay, but why is she in between Kellie and Porsha when she wasn't even last season to see why they beefing? So I'm like, K Michelle sitting in the middle like a spectator. Okay. Also, Kellie, who put that scarf on your head? I don't know who her stylist is. Whoever styles Kellie can't stand her. Okay, I don't know, girl. Because the outfit would have been just as cute without the scarf. Was your hair not done? Maybe her hair wasn't done. Now wear a hat next time. Get your good wig. Okay, but both Kellie and Porsha want to get to a better place. Now, when we first met Kellie last season, whatever her first season was, because it was the last season, I don't remember. But Kellie was the one asking, Porsha be fucking people's husbands? Because Porsha was married to Simon, who was married to Fallon, he was someone else's husband. So Porsha is literally a factual husband banger. Okay? Period. She did meet Simon through his wife. She did get with that man while he was legally married. Porsha, you slept with someone's husband. Kelly's question last season was, why did she sleep with that lady husband? What happened was, okay? Just saying. So that's where all of this stems from. I think Porsha could not say much last season, and now she wants to rehash it, saying, I just wish we can get on better terms. Girl, bye, okay? Anyway, they discussed Porsha's party. Oh, it was a great party. We had fun. I don't know why Drew was on the phone with that man, because Black was in my DMs, said K. Michelle, that Black was also in her DMs 13. And Porsha said, well, Drew keeps telling y'all that's not her man. Meaning, if they just banging, it don't matter who else he's flirting with. Okay? If you're single, the other person can do whatever as long as everyone is being safe and stuff. Okay? Now, Kelly brings up the man she want. That ain't my man either. I'm dating, having fun. I'm newly single. I'm divorced, so I'm single too. They been good at talking. And Porsha, Peach Juice, husband banging, Williams. I just feel like the closer you got to Shamia, the more toxic you got to me. Okay, you and Shamia got cool, then toxic to me. And I was like, Porsha really be operating as if I didn't do nothing to nobody. I don't know why anyone has a problem with me. I don't know. It was all you, Kelly. You don't like me. You're toxic towards me. And I don't know how it happened. What happened? She then brings up, you did an interview, Kelly, and you said I should stop fucking people's husbands, okay? And that hurt my feelings. If my feelings ain't easily hurt, I can't tell. If your feelings ain't easily hurt, why are you upset that after you bang someone's husband and marries him, that people look at you as a husband banger? That isn't a rumor. That isn't an assumption. That's a fact, Porsha. You and Simon are a hardcore receipt, a fact. 2 + 2 = husband. Okay. Now, when she brought up that, Kelly mentioned her needing to stop banging folks' husbands, we see Kelly on the after show for Bravo, where the girls discuss the show. And Kelly says in the after show on Bravo, okay, on the YouTube for Bravo, that Porsha should stop trying to bang people's husbands. However, they were discussing when Porsha said on the show, I should fuck Angela's husband. You said out your own mouth you should bang someone else's husband after being known for fucking Fallon's husband. So Kelly's statement in Porsha need to stop banging folks' husbands was actually factual because you said it. She didn't say you fucked everybody's husband, but you offered to possibly bang Angela's husband as a get back, and we know you banged Fallon's husband. How are you upset? Okay, I can't believe you would say that, Kelly. I can't really believe you would say that. Okay, and you can't talk because you surpassed in the present of fucking someone's or being with someone's husband. I said, hold on, Kelly's a husband fucker too? No. Now again, I don't know why Porsha felt the need to bring this up, but I digress. Okay, Porsha then say 2 months ago at the BET Awards weekend, we see a picture of Kelly at BET Awards weekend that year. She said Kelly slept with a married man. Now, I don't know how Porsha know who been in Kelly's coochie, because we ain't seen Kelly out with nobody. We know Porsha fucked someone's husband because she then married him. Okay, so I don't know how or why Porsha would know who Kelly banged in at BT weekend that one time at band camp. I'm not sure. Okay, she then said after Kelly banged the married man, okay, the man changed clothes and went home. I said, now how the hell were you in the room, Porsha? Was it a threesome? Was it an orgy? Because how would you know? Because how did you know that? Okay. Kind of like I have never slept with a married man. I don't know where's the receipt. Because that if that's the accusation, where is the receipt? I never see. I am the full-fledged bitch. That don't make no sense. Unless you was there and can show us hardcore evidence, I don't care. Porsha then say her receipt, which is herself. Porsha was out with some other man. So Porsha fucking somebody too. Okay. Porsha said, I was with some man. Okay. Because she didn't use no names for these men. But so yes, let's protect the married men, but expose Kelly. I digress. I was out with some dude I was fucking. Okay. He gets a text from the married man Kelly allegedly had sex with. Okay. Oh, already bitch ass chit chatting. Because why is one man texting another man about who he fucked? I don't know. Okay. So the man I'm fucking got a text from the man Kelly fucked, who was married. Okay. Married guy tells Porsha's fuck buddy, hey, I just fucked Kelly. I was like, now who? Now what? What kind of childish high school shit is this? Okay. He then said in this text that Porsha did not show anybody. This is Porsha saying shit, as she always do. It reminded me of when Porsha said to the Candy, you told somebody that you want to take me back to your sex dungeon and bang me. When she accused Candy of that stuff, this gives that tea. Meaning someone told me something and I'ma run with it. Girl, fuck bye. Anyway, the dude who is married, who Kelly Leslie banged, also said, yeah, while we was in the bed, Kelly was talking to somebody and was talking about Dennis and Porsche. I said, now why? I said, if I'm fucking, I'm not talking about nobody else. That ain't going when we're doing things, I'm not thinking about anybody else except the man in my bed. So why would Kelly be banging some man who's married and then have a conversation about Porsha and Dennis? That was so weird to me. Okay, Kelly said, now why would I be talking about you and Dennis if I'm in a bed with a man? I said, let me know. Porsha always like saying, somebody told me that you said or that you did. Was it Phaedra? Is it Phaedra? Porsha say, whatever man you met on your flight that you took back to your room. I'm like, girl, what? And Kate was looking like, what the fuck is, why am I, I'm like, girl, yes, why are you? This was so weird, okay? Porsha then says, I have a name, Kelly. I have a name in this industry, and you said in the press, I fuck husbands on the after show. She said, girl, I got a name too. And you just said all the shit, accused me of fucking some husbands in the public restaurant that we're in. And if I'm on the after show, we were discussing the show. That was not me doing press because Porsha's trying to make it seem as if Kelly went on some press tour, calling her a husband fucker, as if Porsha's own press tour of fucking Simon all over social media while he was also still married to Fallon was not a press tour showing he's a husband fucker. Anyway. So they kind of back and forth in it a little bit. Okay, well, Kay says, Kirk, you okay? You okay, Kelly? You don't look okay. Well, I just don't like being lied on, in public. I don't like it because it's not true. Now, do I believe Kelly possibly fucked a married man? I wasn't there. In the words of meaning, if I did fuck a married man, I was smart enough not to do it on TV, on camera, on IG. I didn't marry him while he was still married, or well, I didn't get engaged to him while he was still married. So anything Kelly did off camera does not matter. We ain't see it. We saw you with Simon, Porsha. So Porsha up and trying to shame Kelly with this accusation of he said, she said, some guy you banged text the guy I'm fucking, and Porsha said, I'll try and get the text, meaning she don't even have the text. It's a fourth hand fake girl. Porsha then said, yeah, I guess I did make things awkward, you know what I'm saying, by bringing all this up. Maybe I should have did that. No, you should not have. But you know what? I just feel like I wanted you to see what I can say about you. Porsha is a tit for tat ass bitch who no one to trust. Okay? And Kayla, well, you know, you said it, you wanted to. It is what it is. I can say shit too, but fine. I don't care. We right here. Cheers, hug it out, laugh. I'm not now. Kelly laughing it out, hugging it out with Porsha, to me was fake on both ends, for Kelly and for Porsha. We can't laugh and chit chat if you accuse me of fucking someone's husband. We can't do that. We're beefed out, bitch. Today if ever. Now, Kelly put on social medias, okay, after the episode aired, and Kelly put this on her IG story. Two things are certain. And one thing for sure, I've never slept with a married man, but she definitely said she would. No press, just truth. Meaning when I said she stopped fucking husbands, she'd already fucked one and offered to fuck another. That ain't on me. That's on her. Okay? I can't do nothing about that. Now, separately, Porsha, I don't know if I have to cut this out or not. I hope I won't. Porsha was on Watch What Happens Live today. Hold on. She was on Watch What Happens Live today. Now, Porsha admits she know the married man that she's accusing Kelly sleeping with, but she's keeping she's keeping his identity a secret.
Is your goal going into that tea with she and Kay to expose this married issue?
It was not.
Okay.
Now, however, was it there? Did I have it?
Okay.
Yes.
Why would you bring that to a meeting when you're trying to clear things up with someone? Because you a messy bitch. If Angel bangs someone off season while being at BT weekend, what does that have to do with you or the show?
My intentions was to move forward.
Okay.
But, you know, the new Porsha, I want to have honest friendships. I want to have friendships where we're very open with each other. And I felt like, let's just clear this air and get this lick out of the way. And then...
Again, I want to get my lick back. Bitch, how? How is you getting your lick back saying she banged somebody that no one saw?
We can just really be like besties.
Okay, how'd that go?
Not very well.
Right. How close are you to the married man who said that he was with Kelly, and does his wife know?
Of course his wife does not know. That's why I did not name him.
So yeah, I'm going to expose Kelly because she's a woman. I'm not going to expose the man who cheated on his wife because I'm going to respect his marriage. Yes, I know him. I'm close with him and his family. Yeah, the wife don't know. But I'm going to call Kelly out. I'm going to keep him a secret. I'm going to hide him in the shadows. I'm going to keep him anonymous. But yeah, I'm going to try to slut shame Kelly, not the married man.
Don't look forward to that throughout the season.
Okay, good.
And yeah, I'm cool with him, and I have respect for their family. Unfortunately, it was just something that she had done, and she had accused me of.
Right.
So, you know, in housewife fashion, just had to pay it forward.
You fuck somebody's girl. When I tell y'all Porsha is a piece of it, okay? Now what? Now you want to expose Kelly, but keep him a secret.
Nigga.
You want to act like she accused me of it as if we didn't see you with Simon.
I mean, look.
You want us to believe you want honest and true friendships. However, that man's wife had no idea. You know he's a cheater, pumpkin eater, but you'll keep his secret.
She is a goddamn liar. She is a motherfucking liar, is what she is.
I'm telling y'all, do not trust Porsha. She can't be trusted.
Not on my watch.
I said, bitch. Anyway, they hugged it out and that was it. Pinky Cole. Pinky Cole, we get to meet her husband, Derek, round here. Pinky Cole and her husband have been married for 5 years. They have 3 kids together, a 4-year-old daughter, a 3-year-old son, and either a 1 or 2-year-old son. Again, 3 kids within the 5 years of them being together. Derek also has 2 daughters that are 9 and 11. So a family of 5. Okay, again, let's see. So it's 4. No, 11, 9, 4, 3, and 1 or 2. Because she never said the age of the youngest son. She forgot the name. She forgot her youngest son's name. I said, girl, but that happens. Y'all know my sister Veronica called me DJ something. I'm like, I'm not my nephew. I know we look alike. But something that shit like, girl, my name ain't DJ. What are you doing? Okay. So again, sometimes parents will really forget their child's name and say whatever. Anyway, again, they've been together for 5 years. When she said, I got pregnant with our first child after 3 months, I said, you got swallowed up?
Have you ever been swallowed up?
Pregnant after 3 months of knowing each other. Girl, again, they've been together for 5 years. I mean, I guess so. Look. I don't mind having sex quickly when you meet somebody, but use some condoms. Did it break? This because you should not be raw dogging after 3 months. Did you see his panel? Did he have an STD test, girl? Anyway, she opened up her Slutty Vegan restaurants in 2018 as the Ghost Kitchen. She then turned the Ghost Kitchen to a food truck, and then that turned into 14 restaurant locations. Now, again, I remember when Slutty Vegan was like popular, and I'm like, you just got about. So I remember her rise to fame, because she keeping up how she made this $100 million business, quick. She also brought up how having her business blow up like that, the people in place to do things were not the right people. Things went left. Okay, she ended up 20 million debt, and look, excuse me, I feel like Pinky being open about even her marriage, meeting this man, getting knocked up within 3 months. We then have 3 kids in back to back in this marriage. I opened this restaurant and stuff, and it went, fastly popular. I was in, 20 million debt, had to rebuild, had to sell my business or whatever, had to then buy my business back after 43 days to get it back into my name or whatever. And now I'm trying to, do things my way, have all new people, all new things to hopefully have this thing run smoothly going forward. Now, we do know she had to file business bankruptcy, and that will play out this season too. We then find her husband, Derek, is also a brand business person, owner, whatever. He owns the brand, The Big Dave Cheesesteaks. He was the number 6 in the country for the fastest growing restaurants. So they both grew these businesses quickly, got together quickly, had kids quickly, quick. Slow down. Okay, slow down. And when she mentioned they don't have a prenup, which means not only is there the money shared, she also has the debt. So is the debt. But when they were talking or whatever, and when Derek said to her, what I'm saying, you're a very dominant person in life. You're you're a domineering person or whatever, but I humbled you. I said, but not you humbled her. What happened? Humbled. I got scared. But he then said, because she's so used to not running over people, but people just doing what she wants because she's a dominant person. He said, and I humbled you because I don't put up with your bullshit. You can't dominate me. I love it. I like it. Okay. I don't allow you to dominate me, but it does push me and forces me to level up because of who you are. And I was like, girl, I just said, I'm not judging them in their marriage. But him to say, maybe he should have said humbled. Because when you say you humbled someone, that's different. If you say, I challenge you to understand you can't bully me, you can't dominate me, but I loved you nonetheless. It's just the word I humbled you made me kind of go, girl, what? Okay. He also brings up how it was a hard role for them, okay, because he was having success and she was having trouble. He was busy working, on his brand or whatever, and he couldn't fully be there for her during her difficult business transitional situations or whatever. Because he said, I was experiencing success and, I was having a great time, and I'm having a great time building my business. And sometimes it was hard for me to understand the hardships you were going through. And when she went up, how some people would say he wasn't really there for her when she was going through the hardships. She said, but I also know he was hardworking. He was busy working. So I get it. Okay. But she said, look, we made it work or whatever, and it's going to all be better and bigger going forward. I want to get more in their business. Okay. Not to be nosy, but I mean, is that a good man, Savannah?
He's a good man, Savannah. A good man.
Is he? I just want to see. You know what I'm saying? That humble word kind of threw me off a little bit. Her bringing up how people felt like he wasn't there for her when she was going through hard times because he was having, a positive experience with his stuff, whatever. That I'm like, is he a good man, Savannah? We gonna see, bitch. We gonna see. Okay. K Michelle. Now y'all know I'm not the biggest K Michelle fan. Something about K Michelle. Remember how they said Angel moved to Potomac to be on the show? K Michelle did too. K Michelle don't live in Atlanta. K Michelle don't live in Georgia. K Michelle don't have much for her in Georgia. Okay, at all. And we see her, that's her husband, Caston, Dr. Caston, the dentist. They get the keys to their house in Georgia because they don't live there. Okay. K Michelle don't live in Atlanta. Maybe she does now because they filming the show. The realtor did not even know they got married. Because K Michelle said, yeah, we got married 2 weeks ago. She said, he popped the question because he knew he had another option, okay? Because we've been dating for 10 years. He didn't propose then, and then another man was gonna marry me. So that made him bite the bullet and do it. And I was like, but is that what you want? I mean, do you like y'all dated for 10 years, he did not propose. You went on a dating show, he did not propose. And then once you were going to be on Housewives of Atlanta and you came on the show dating or with somebody else, he then said, okay, I'll marry you. And they went down to the courthouse in Nashville. They weren't even married in Georgia. They got married in Nashville, in Tennessee. I was like, bitch. Also, Dr. Caston, who's a dentist, he is not even licensed to practice dentistry in Georgia. He's licensed in Memphis, Tennessee. You wanna know why? Because they both live in fucking Tennessee. K Michelle only came on this show because there's no Housewives of Tennessee. And she wanted to be on a Housewives show. Period. Okay. She flew there. She didn't grow there. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't knocking that because we've seen other people who have moved to a state to be on the show. But a part of me feel like I just wish she could act like she was in Georgia for some other reason besides this damn show. Okay. And when he said, I got to get licensed in Georgia, And hopefully, they'll start a practice here because his practice is in Memphis. He has a dental practice with his daddy. So he had to start brand. Girl, once she said that, I said, so he don't have no job in Georgia? He can't touch no teeth in Georgia because he's not licensed in Georgia. So he has clients in Tennessee. He has to go do their teeth in Tennessee. Girl. Kate also brings up she still wants a baby girl. I got a son, but I always wanted a daughter. But I have these issues with girl. I like Kate Michelle on the show. She is funny. She has the quick back and forth. But a part of me feel like, girl, just say I moved here for the show. I got married for the show. I mean, yes, she said, I want him to marry me. I want him to propose to me. But he didn't really want to until you got on this fucking show. Anyway. Shamia, Kelly, and Angela meets up at a little boutique to go shopping. Now, I'm like, does this store sell clothes for adults and children? Because Angel's daughters are like grown. Or does she have a younger daughter? I can't remember. Because Kelly's twins and Shamia's kids are like young. So I'm like, how y'all shop at the same time? I'm gonna stop. But they need to talk. Now Kelly brings up how, you know what I'm saying? Oh, my husband went on Tasha K podcast, that horrible trash blogger, and was talking Catherine shit. Now I didn't watch it must have been on her Patreon because I didn't see it, I didn't care. But she said we got divorced in 2024. He keeps trying to just drain me emotionally by doing shit. He keeps poking me, and eventually I'm gonna punch him in his throat. Now, I'll keep itching, y'all. I had to sneeze. Her point was he keeps doing stuff to get on my fucking nerves because why would you go on, and as Kelly said, it's trash bloggers channel to talk shit about me, and we've been divorced in 2024. He keep doing bullshit. So she also speaks about her being in debt, trying to open up these restaurants. How the blog was posting about her being $100,000 in debt. She did say out the $100,000 she owed to the landlord, she paid him $50,000. So Kelly was like, just to open up the restaurant, I spent about $100,000, and she's emphasizing how hard it is on her monies. Okay, she does not have this unlimited money to do stuff, and so it's been a hard role for her. Okay, but the grand opening is next week. Shamia and Angela, girl, hey, did you talk to Drew? Did you not digest Drew telling Phaedra she didn't really believe all your receipts about that whole thing, girl? When Angel's, I like it was an Angel. When Angela said, yeah, I talked to her. We good, I know. I love her point in saying Shamia is trying to cause friction with me and Drew. She's trying to cause bullshit because why are you so concerned with me talking to Drew or being okay with whatever Drew said? It's fine. Shamia operates best. I feel like when Shamia feels like other people are also in conflict, she feels better. She does not want to be the only person in some kind of conflict with someone because why do you care so much about whatever happened between Drew and Angela? And when she said she's being shamessy, she is being shamessy. She's absolutely being shamessy. Okay, Kelly brings about her fight with Porsha. Now, even though Porsha and Kelly ended it on a little hug and a little giggle, Kelly still is offended that Porsha would suggest she fucked somebody's husband at BT weekend. Okay, and she keeps saying, I did not fuck anyone's husband. I can't believe she said it. Okay, I said, hold up, Porsha. I said, not Porsha. Now, she did not call Porsha to her face. She called her Porsha, not Porsha. But calling Porsha is a good read. Not because Porsha is an actual whore. However, if you bang someone's husband, we can call you a whore for that one incident. Okay. But her point was, Porsha was the one who walked up in that lady's house, met that lady husband and then went and dated and married him after that. She's a whore who fucks husbands, not me. Okay. She did admit we did hug it out, but I'm still weirded out by her even accusing me of the bullshit. Okay. I said, girl, hug it out, don't fix nothing. Not today, not ever. Now we then see Drew. Drew had that movie. It was called Run. It was her. It was Claudia Jordan. I think Erica Mena was in a couple of people. I didn't see it, but I heard it was good. I already heard it was good. It was in the theaters actually, and whatnot. The thing is, Drew can act. Okay, so Drew Drew also said they also look what ain't keeps an angel. Angela looks great. I love Drew's dress. Porsha, put your titties up. Okay, I hate Phaedra's outfit, but I'm leaving that be. But when Drew said, I gotta work, I have to make money, I have to do movies or whatever, because my divorce is expensive and I have to support my kids. And I think we forget Drew is the breadwinner for her family. She can't depend on Ralph. So yes, please be booked and busy. Again, she's a working mom. Working mom. Alex's weekend mom songs in my head. But yeah, she said I have to work, blah blah blah. So again, Angela came, Phaedra came, and before Porsha got there, they kind of talked a little bit because I'm shocked to see you here, Phaedra. Well, I called Drew and I said to her, hey, what I'm saying? We don't really have an issue. I want us to be good. I'm like, but when Drew said that to you, you had an attitude, but I digress. So Phaedra and Drew kind of had things out like, hey, ain't no real beef or whatever. Let's be cool. Let's move forward. So Drew then invited Phaedra to this event. So then when Phaedra and Angela, get together talking or whatever, and, I love that Angela said, did you have anything to do with the guy coming up at Kelly's event and saying shit about Charles cheating on me? Did you have anything to do with that or anything to do with all of it? And Phaedra said, no, I did not. And Angela said, you know what? I'm sorry for not asking you before I jump off of the event. Okay? You're saying no. You keep denying it. So I'm going to say I'm sorry for not asking you first. And you say we can move on from there. So again, they really just, once you ask someone a question and they say yes or no, you're either going to accept their response and move on, or keep saying you're a liar and keep fighting. And this point was there's no point in us keep beef about it. We're both on the show. She's saying no. I never asked her beforehand, so fuck it. Let's move on. And truthfully, that is how adults have to be, because she's still married to Charles. We don't know what I mean. That the boy who said he was whatever. We don't know the guy who said Charles whatever. No one is here for that. So they should move on. Okay, fine. They cool. Porsha didn't show her lesbian. I said, girl, now the fact that on episode 1 she was with that man and now she was late. I was like, girl, and Porsha's like, I'm dating, I'm not, everything's casual. This is sway, my lady friend, my lesbian friend, my friend, and whatnot. Porsha admits she did bang women in the past, but it was never a relationship. She was just fucking women. Okay. This is the first time she's dating women, and whatnot. Girl, okay. I feel like Porsha acts as if anyone shamed her in the past for, liking Cooch a little bit. Her family might have, but I don't think any fans of the show like, oh, Porsha, no. My girl, we don't give you a coochie or let someone eat yours. Let it be. Okay. So this little date that she brought Sway on and whatnot. And we know that's what she's dating right now, allegedly. We guess so. It was fine. Now, we do then see Angela mention to Phaedra, girl, Kelly said that that Porsha said she fucked a married man child. What? Porsha walks up. They walked away or whatever. And she's like, yeah, Porsha, Kellie told me that you accused her of fucking somebody's husband, and she called you a Porsha. She called me Porsha. Oh, and then Kelly's a fake ass bitch. Because I thought we dealt with it. I thought it was over. I thought we hugged out or whatever. But if she is out here calling me Porsha and saying shit behind my back, I'm not going to her restaurant open and fuck her and them waffles and that chicken. Okay? So Porsha not finna because Kellie, now Kellie did say stuff to Angela, to Shamia about Porsha in a venting way. It wasn't stuff she said to Porsha. However, it was just her saying, bitch, you fucked my husband. How you coming at me? You know what I'm saying? So now it's a whole new thing. It's a whole new fight. Okay? And that was it. Now, Kellie's opening. Kellie had I was trying to find pictures of everybody, and I could not. Kellie had his opening at this. Now, I do believe this location may be closed now. I'm not sure. I don't live in Georgia. But we see Shamia, we see Angela, we see Phaedra, we see Cynthia, Pinky, and Drew. Okay. Now, we saw this restaurant 13 months prior when he just got it and it looked horrible. Okay. And now 13 months later, it is being open. Okay. And Kelly, like, this is a struggle. Okay. Financially, it was hard on me. I'm trying to rebuild my life after a divorce. I need this extra income to take care of my kids. And she also brought up how her mom, her dad, and her sister moved to Georgia for her. And so she wants to be sure they're financially taken care of. I feel like, girl, you can't help everybody if you're drowning. You can't financially help everyone else, grown adults, if you're drowning. Okay? And so, I mean, girl, just make a move. Okay? And Shamia brought her mom and her daddy. I think, now, why would you? I mean, I guess it's a restaurant, but Shamia, to me, always brings someone that she thinks will have her back. Girl, why you need backup? It's weird. But when Shamia then notices that Phaedra and Angela, even Drew, are like cool and not like at odds, she's almost at I can't believe y'all cool. How the fuck that happened? Y'all kept telling me to, hash out my shit with Porsha in front of y'all, but y'all hash out y'all shit and not in front of me. Girl, leave it be. And when Pinky said because they're adults, they squash it and ham things because they're adults, and that's what adults do, and that's true. Period. Okay. No one swept shit under the rug with Angela and Phaedra. Not even with Drew. They just accepted, hey, it was a bit of a riff, and it ain't difficult or whatever. Let's forgive, forget, and move on. They're not ignoring they had an issue. They're saying the issue wasn't a big deal. Okay, no one fucked someone's husband. No one stole someone's money. It was a big bullshitty ass argument or whatever. Okay, so move on. Okay, we do see Kellie shows up. Look, Kellie was cute in a little red child, a red outfit and whatnot, and she came gave a little speech to people and whatnot. Okay, it was cute because when Kellie first walked in, her and Pinky had a quick little talk where Pinky admitted, yeah, I left you on red. It was no purpose, Kellie. It wasn't on purpose. Okay, I was going through things. I had a whole bunch of stuff going on, and I couldn't at that time. I did not have a time to really follow up you, but now I'm proud of you. I know how hard all of us is on people or whatever, and us as both Black women as entrepreneurs. I want us to be able to pour into each other. So I want to be there for you. If you need me, I'm here. Vice versa. We can both, have good old talks and trauma bond over how hard it is to run a business. I'm going to run a restaurant. And that was a cute moment. It was Pinky acknowledging how Kellie felt, dismissed about Pinky not returning her DMs or whatever. And Pinky saying, well, it wasn't intentional. I was drowning my damn self. You know what I'm saying? So again, you can't save somebody if you're drowning. So I could not respond to what you needed because I was drowning my damn self. You know what I'm saying? But again, they'll hopefully be better going forward. And Kellie gave a little speech on how it's been so hard. Every attack has came my way this week. Okay, from fake ass podcasts and bullshitty people. I hate it. Okay, I would not want to come to this today. I've been crying, and she was crying here too. I just, it's been so hard, but at the end, the results is worth it because I'm open. It's open. Welcome to Nana's waffles. Is it waffles and chicken? Chicken and waffle. Child, Nana's food. Okay. Porsha did not come, as she said she wouldn't, and Porsha sent flowers. Child, someone called. I don't know if someone called Porsha or Porsha called. I think it may have been Cynthia's phone, and they then gave. Now the flower said, "Congratulations, Kelly. P.S. We need to talk. XOXO Porsha." I was like, "Now why would you?" Okay, so the card was a little bit weird. You didn't come. You sent flowers, but again, the card saying we need to talk, girl. About what? What about you calling me Porsha? Anyway, so Kelly said, "With the flowers to be removed, they can gone, poof, be gone." And when someone passes her the phone, that went Porsha on the phone. Congratulations, Kelly. Oh, thank you, Porsha. Where are you? You wanna support me? You're not here. Well, I sent flowers. Yeah, we've thrown those away. Yeah, we've got rid of those. Okay. I don't like them at all. Broken flowers, my broken purse. And I was like, Kelly. But at least Kelly is being honest and being mean to Porsha to her face. Now, she didn't call her Horsha. But she clearly made a point. Broken flowers from a broken person. Bye, Porsha. Thank you. I was like, what are we doing? Okay. Now, Kelly did tell folks, I'm pissed at Porsha because she accused me of fucking somebody, at an event or whatever, and then said, while I was fucking him or whatever in the room, I would talk about her and Dennis. And it was like, what? That sound dumb. I mean, no, not they're all confused about Porsha's accusation about Kelly. I was too, child. But again, we shall see what happens. And then they're all about to leave, and we see Porsha. No, we're not seeing Porsha, Shamia, and Drew, who are okay, bye, okay, yeah, every time. And then she said, Drew, I was going to see your movie since you didn't invite me to the viewing. I was like, here we go. Okay. And Drew said, we have not been the best right now. You've been saying things, whatever. It's not all cool between us. So yeah, I didn't invite you because things aren't, ain't that cool. Now again, that should be a mama in the middle in the orange shirt, right? So they're going kind of back and forth about things. And as the show does, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like as a grown woman, having your mother come interject herself in a conversational disagreement is stupid. I love my mom. But I also would never expect my mom to come insert herself in me having a disagreement because I'm not going to fight anyone, but I don't want my mom getting involved because if somebody says something about my mama, bitch, we're going to fight. So my mom would not interject herself into things. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna sit there and listen. And that's it. She would only interject if she see me getting too heated and she gonna calm me down. That's it. But Shamia mama getting involved. Well, y'all don't see this. This is the devil. The devil, you have to bind the devil in the name of Jesus. Okay. And tell the devil he's a liar. And Drew was like, I was raised to respect my elders. However, Shamia mama should not be walking up in this speaking for Shamia. And I feel like they probably cut some stuff out that mama said. But again, Shamia, get to mama. Mama, I'm at work. Mama, I'm at work. Because in hindsight, your mama ain't what we here for. And once mamas get involved, we can't be like, mama, get the fuck out of my face. Whereas if Porsha walk up, if Kelly walks up, if another castmate walks up, you can kind of fuss and argue about them or say, shut up. but you don't want to do that to someone's mom. So Shamia trying to be childish, in my opinion, and have her mama there, and her mama being too involved and including herself and injecting herself, to me was stupid. Because what if Shamia and Drew fussed for a few minutes and got to a resolution? They came because the mama came up here talking about the devil. Okay. And someone Drew said, well, girl, okay, mama, back to you. And she remember, well, I said sorry. I did a whole video to y'all. I said sorry on my video. And Drew said yes, but in that same video, in that same outfit, you also said how you could have went harder at me like a threat. So how can you say sorry, but also kind of sort of threaten me in the same fucking video? That's just weird, okay? And Shamia wants to act like, well, I just want to move forward. You know what I'm saying? Who wants to hold on to old beef? Girl, you. Shamia, you can't be over shit when you've done shit to make someone upset again. You can't want to make it seem as if, oh, well, Drew don't want to be an adult. She was a whole. No, bitch, you tried to be slick and shade me and say you can come out of me. We'll do it. And if that's the case, then we not cool right now. Let it be, bitch. Let it be. Okay. We will see what happens with that. Now, lastly, K Michelle was gone somewhere, and I always didn't care. They showed K Michelle at some event. And that it was a country event honoring the ladies black in country. I don't know the names. I don't feel like I want to discuss stuff K Michelle does outside of Atlanta. I feel like coming on Housewives of Atlanta and then having most of your stuff happen in Tennessee and Nashville, it's a no for me. Now, if Bravo's trying to have a spinoff for the Housewives of Tennessee or whatever city it is or whatever, that's whatever. But I don't want K Michelle consistently going out the state, out of Georgia for stuff going on in her life elsewhere. Which if that means she don't live in Georgia. She live in Atlanta. So I would not even want to discuss her being at that event in Tennessee until we see, oh, she's at the award show, and then like the following day. I'm like, why? Why is the doctor's office? She's calling her husband. Oh, hey, husband. Hey, Caston. Yeah, you want to talk to me? Call my assistant. I'm at the hospital, but I'm okay. And I'm like, what happened? So at this event in Tennessee, she was like, I was getting dressed or getting ready for this event. I was sitting down on some couch. She said, when I got up from the couch, she said the whole couch was wet because she has an open wound. You know, K Michelle had she had illegal butt injections years and years ago. And recently, let's say the past 5 or 6 years, or for years now, she's been having multiple surgeries to reconstruct her butt to remove the damage done by the illegal butt injections. And so in this case, she had an open wound that was infected, leaking all on the couch. And she said, I was sitting there and I stood up, and again, the whole couch was wet, and I had no idea because my ass is numb. So she did not even feel her body leaking. She did not feel any pain from the infection. And had she not stood up and had a wet ass couch, she would have known. And she then said because she had still go on to perform, they were like blow drying her body so she can go on stage to perform. And the following day or whatever, she went to the ER to get help. And the doctor said, yeah, you have an open wound that's infected. You will need to have another surgery, another form of reconstructive surgery on your butt and whatnot. And she's crying, I can't believe I did this to myself. I'm so mad because I did it to myself. It's the worst thing I've done to myself. K Michelle has been very vocal about her getting those illegal butt injections again years ago. And she's like, because she kept getting them to make her butt bigger. And now her body is breaking down because of those illegal butt injections. And so she keeps having these issues. It's very sad. It's a very sad, unfortunate situation that she's going through. I'm sure she'll discuss it more throughout the season. She just did crying with her assistant about it because she now has to go have surgery again for the infection and the open wound in her butt. Child. You know,
I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this.
and that's how she felt. Like she can't believe she's fighting for her life. And she also loved our Kelly. So there's that. Anyway, y'all, that's it. That's all. I hope y'all enjoyed. I had a good old time reviewing the show for y'all. Do not forget review. Watch my other lives. I was live yesterday. I was live on Friday as well. There's a couple of videos up. You can go watch if you have not watched them already. More than likely, tonight, Monday night, I might be live. I don't know what's going on in the world yet because it's currently Sunday night. But again, thanks for watching this. Okay, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Okay, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and all of that stuff, y'all. I will talk to y'all later again. If I'm live during the week, it's always at 9:15 p.m. on my channel. I gotta go. Love y'all. Bye.